She was my true love, now she's dead and gone. She made me feel whole, and when I felt she'd hold my hand when nobody ever would, she understood. She came with me everywhere I'd go. I miss her so. She was my only true love. She was all I would ever need. But now she's dead and buried under the willow tree. God help me, God help me, please don't hurt me, don't desert me, God save me, don't forsake me, oh God. God save me from the life you gave me. Please God heal me from the hands you deal me. God mend me from the pain you send me. Oh God. God help me, God help me, please redeem me, don't redeem me, please God spare me, all the things that scare me, oh God. Oh God, don't you see all this pain, all this misery, all this suffering, all this sorrow, all this paperwork, deadlines, bills, congestion, heartache, customer service. God help me, God help me, please don't hurt me. Translates to lost bread, and then later in the 16th century, Henry V.
Allez, c'est parti. Tout d'abord, comme il s'agit de pain perdu cuit au four, nous allons préchauffer le four à 400
The high school and college students who are experimenting with LSD will be running many of our institutions and guiding public policy.
The communists are killing your sons in South Vietnam.
Sometimes even torture.
I said there was communism on college campuses. Now the liberals are admitting that there's communism on college campuses.
College students who are using LSD and marijuana today do not comprise a criminal class. They are not drug addicts.
Reply to teacher Dave was, Well, the student knows that tomorrow we may lose his head in Vietnam or by an atomic bomb. He's not too concerned about the possibility of damaging a few brain cells with a trip on
You're your
Allen.
best educated, your most creative, and your most courageous young people.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask
And like it or not, they're going to build you a new civilization.
And you can see that it's absorbing it quite well here.
There's something broken inside of me, something no one else can see. Something hurts and it's way down deep. I think there's something wrong with me. I've got friends that I never see. They say they don't have time for me. I try to reach out to my family, but I just get voicemail. I try to watch TV, it only saddens me. Everyone's yelling and screaming and fighting in the streets. I put some food in the microwave, forgot about it for several days. Then when I found it, I just threw it away. There's surely something wrong with me. All the kids in the neighborhood tell me I don't look so good. How I would change it all if I could, but I can't. Every day used to be such possibility. Now every road that I take leads to failure and despair. Here we go. There's something broken inside of me, but whatever will be, will be. I guess it's just my fucking destiny, because there's something wrong with me. Play it. I guess it's just my fucking destiny, because there's something wrong with me.
Checking the mic. Check. Whoa. Help. 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 Help me. Help me. Check. Computer. Volume 10. Computer, what time is it?
The time is 12:01 p.m.
Oh, fuck. Why is it saying there's still a fucking ad going? Why is it doing that? No. I'll have a little coffee. Ah. Can anything else go wrong today? Computer, do we have parchment paper?
The top result is Reynolds Kitchen's unbleached parchment paper roll, non-stick parchment paper for cooking. It's $2.99 with delivery by tomorrow. This is also available in one other style option and two other size options. You can say, buy it now, add to cart, or next.
No. Computer, please don't give me any more advertisements when I ask a question. Thank you.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, I didn't think you would be. What's that? Hello? 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 What the fuck? Ah. There we go. Why am I over there? Hello? Check. Checking the mic. 1, 2. 2. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me and can you see me? A neighborhood hooker says, loved seeing you in Chicago, Henry. Loved seeing you too, neighborhood hooker. And thank you so much for coming to the show. I had a wonderful time. It was really just one of those classic nights. And we all went to the tiki bar right afterward. It was great. Saguaro Ooze says, wait, is Henry an angel? No, this is green screen technology that I'm using here, but I did seem to acquire a mustache in Chicago. I guess that's something that happens, and I didn't realize that. There's really no way you can get rid of it. You just kind of have to wait it out. We have some alerts here. Bradford Bartos, whom I hung out with a couple of weeks ago in St. Louis, came to the St. Louis show. We shared some beers. We didn't share beers. We had a beer together. Bradford Bartos, good to see you, man. And thanks for subscribing. Google D's Nuts says, bitchin' mustache, Henry. Thank you very much. I know that mustaches can be triggering to some people, and I understand that. But generally speaking, mustachioed people are friendly. Why am I seeing that there's an internet issue happening? I'm getting poor internet today. I will say there's a lot of wind happening in the region where I am, and it could be that we might run into some type of internet issues. So let's just keep an eye on it. Beelzebub says, Henry, your mustache is badass. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad to know that I have a badass mustache. Unless she meant I have a bad ass mustache. Computer, what's an ass mustache? Oh, not even a response on that one. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, like the guys from De Bears. Yeah. Exactly. Thitchin Hat says, how much Malort did you drink, Henry? What's Malort? Oh, is this one of those things? Malort? Kahuna Tuna says, Chicago is Caterpillar City. What does that mean? Like human caterpillar? Parasitosis says, lower your fiber intake for the wind issue. Okay, we've got some technical advice coming in. That's good. The Balderdash lad says, Henry, I've missed your last few streams, but I watched the VODs because they're so... Wow, thank you very much, Balderdash lad. I'm glad to hear that. I always assumed that maybe the live element of it was part of the enjoyment, but I'm glad to hear that it still works in VOD format. The top manager says, but how would she know that? Oh, if I had a bad ass mustache? I think she meant it was badass. Okay, we're getting a lot of comments here, and I'm getting behind. Pug Lady says, ha, Malort is an alcohol from Chicago. I did not know that. I was not familiar with that. Hey, Maui Girl, thanks so much for sending this background image. It's beautiful, like all the pictures you send us from Maui. But speaking of beautiful pictures, Beanie Bobini, our intern, whom I hung out with in Chicago, sends us this picture of downtown Chirac. And is Chirac in France? I assume so. Everything in France is absolutely beautiful. And their music as well. And their language. J'aime beaucoup les gens français. Okay. Pug Lady says it's widely embraced by the hacker community. Oh, cool. Hey, wow, Beelzebub, thank you so much for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. And thanks for all that you do. We missed you a lot in both St. Louis and Chicago. It's always fun to see you at these shows live, and we definitely missed you. We had a good time. But maybe the next one. I'm going to try to do Tucson or Phoenix next. Or maybe if I can get someone to book me in the Northwest, that would be great. Or on the Eastern Seaboard. Okay, we've got more alerts here. Kahuna Tuna, thank you so much for subscribing. And it says, me and my homies love Henry. Thank you. Thanks, Kahuna Tuna. And thanks, Koromochi, for your subscription as well. Pug Lady says, yes. Yeah, because Pug Lady's in the American Southwest. And I know that we would have at least 3 people unless one of our 3 users from the Southwest are out of town. Actually, 4. I know Jaffe, Phaedrus, Saguaro U, and Pug Lady are all down in that area. So even if only half of those people show up to the show, that's still 2 people. That's nothing to sneeze at unless you like sneezing at people for some reason. My little toaster says, Henry, you are in my top 100 streamers with blonde hair. Thank you. I'm glad it looks blonde. A lot of times it looks white. It's sort of like there's a little blonde hanging on there. But it's squirming. It's like squirming roadkill. Pug Lady 2600 says Pugman will come too. Yeah, it was good to meet Pugman in Los Angeles. That's awesome to hear. So that's 5. So we've got 5 people. Okay, everybody. Let's go through some more pictures here. We've got some business to take care of today. What do we have here in the way of pictures? Pug Lady sends us this sleeping dog image. And is this the famous Millie? Millie the dog? The pug? Beautiful, beautiful picture. Nice to see. It really makes me sort of miss having a pet. But don't stop sending these because I like that. There will be another pet one day. That's Millie. Living her best life and relaxing. I wish I was doing exactly what Millie's doing. Angry Penguin says burrito nap. Yeah, I could use a burrito nap. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Okay, thanks, Pug Lady, for sharing that picture of Millie. We've got quite a few pictures here today. We've got Beelzebub had, did you say you had oysters? Is this an oyster market or something in Japan? A few of the users just went on a vacation to Japan, and I got to hear a lot about it, and it sounds awesome. Purple donut filling is fruit. Says cool fucking apron. Oh yeah, there's a story behind the apron. And Mimsy Coon says she's so big and round and she's adorable. Talking about Millie, I assume. Amazing. Wow, we're getting some gift subs here. Wow. It's Kate X. Thank you so much for gifting the 5 Tier 1 subs. That's very, very kind of you. Thanks for all the work you do. And Destrolock09 gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. That's amazing. If anybody's keeping track here, we've got 273 subscribers, and that's about where I like to have it. It's really nice. Thank you so much for those. I really appreciate it. I Slap Cat Butts says, I was wondering why you sent out the Discord message at 4 a.m. That doesn't sound right. I'm usually way asleep by then. Maybe it took a while. I think I did it more like at midnight. Oh, probably your time it was 4 a.m. And don't forget, we have the 1 hour later thing, the spring forward. I'm sure a lot of people are devastated by that. Apparently it messes up your circadian rhythms and all kinds of terrible stuff. Beelzebub says, yeah, had oysters at a food market in Japan. They were so good. Wow, that sounds good. It's Kate says, weird, it was 8 a.m. for me. Yeah, I think what we're finding out is that times are different depending on where you are. So 4 a.m. does make sense if you're on Eastern time, because it would have jumped up 1 hour. Neat says, Henry, how is your thumb? I had a very unfortunate incident, and I want to tell you about it. At about 3 p.m. on Friday, this would have been March 6th, 2026, the year of our Lord. There was an incident where I had bought a vinyl record, because I haven't had vinyl records since I was a kid, but I finally got a vinyl record player. And I was very excited, and I started opening up my vinyl record, and I did the thing that I used to do as a kid where I'd put my thumbnail in the... does anybody know where I'm going with this? In the cellophane, in between the crack. And I guess my thumbnail wasn't long enough, so I basically got a paper cut or a cardboard cut right down in between my thumbnail, right under my thumbnail. A real bad slice, and I could show you it. I don't know if you can see it. Something like that. It's hard for me to bend it in such a way that you can see it. Maybe we'll try another view. I still can't do it. Yeah, there it is. You see that? You can't really see it, but it's a really bad slice. And Gummy Cande says, yeah, paper cuts suck too. It just sucks. So it's literally hard for me to push buttons and stuff. It's really been a very difficult and trying time for me. And also, why is this thing off center? It's kind of putting me off a little bit. Shardy Fardum Official says, I knew it was a bad idea to start eating while watching Henry. Yeah, you don't want to be eating while you're watching the cooking show. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, cardboard cuts are the worst. Yeah, it was terrible. So, but I was able to open my New Kids on the Block vinyl record and put it on and relive my childhood memories. The Balderdash Lad says, I too am a paper cut survivor. It's not easy. There's not a lot of us. Most people, I think, do perish in paper cut incidents. I'm going to fix this thing because it's driving me absolutely batshit nuts. And then now I'm showing... All right. Okay. You can see me now. You can see me and hear me. That's all I care about. Okay. Bobbins says, I've heard in some regions RIP stands for rest in paper cuts. Yeah. That's how bad they are. You know, in fact... Wait, where'd I go? What the fuck? Oh, come on now. Hold on, everybody. Ugh. Everything's going wrong. Okay, I think this is kind of it. All right, and this picture was given to us by Maui Girl. This is Charlie, the actor. Do we know what happened to the actor who played Charlie from Charlie and the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, etc.? Whatever happened to that actor? That's not something I never even thought about. I mean, maybe he just sort of retired. Nancy Drudel says drugs/dead. Wow, that's awful. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. He's homeless. Well, I guess technically. Ishmael says died in a paper cut accident. Wow, I think these are some apocryphal answers here. Drowned in a horrific molten sugar accident, says Dark Aegis. Saguaro Ooh says he lives happily ever after. That's right. Captain Callis says, didn't he overdose on everlasting gobstoppers? Okay, guys. Neat says, Charlie and the Chaplin Factory. That was the sequel. Lemon John owns the chocolate factory now. He got old, Pug Lady says. Maui Girl says, I think he became a veterinarian. Oh, and Bradford Bartos doubles up on the veterinarian, too. So, okay. It looks like it was the veterinarian. All right, well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, or to the top of it, depending on which way you're looking at it. Barf Lone Star says, convinced he's grandson to steal and got away with it. Convinced his steal. Yeah, no, I went ahead and looked up what you guys were talking about because it had been a while since I read the movie. Grandpa Joe, after he sees that that Willy Wonka, yells at the kid and says that he's not going to give him the prize, says, well, I think we should just go ahead and give this guy the gobstopper. And he did it in response, and he never did it, but he suggested it because he was being such a dick. I thought you guys were saying that in the beginning he was scheming, saying, yeah, let's give it to him. But that never happened. Captain Callis says, hey, Henry, yesterday I got in a physical altercation with my neighbor. Today I made some homemade wheat crackers. What a treat. That's great. We made some kind of crackers here. I think we did flax crackers here a couple years ago. And crackers are a great thing to work on. They take many days to finish, though. And sometimes you have to throw away the whole batch. The Balderdash lad says, yeah, Grandpa Joel is an immoral soul. Well, I think that at the end they all kind of reconcile. They had some differences. Grandpa Joe is the villain. Okay, so this is obviously some kind of a meme or one of these things. The chocolate sinner. Barf Lone Star. Yeah, Grandpa Joe is a big old sack of chocolate stealing shit. Wow. It's Kate X. We're getting off on Grandpa Joe again. Captain Callis, is Grandpa Joe still doing acting? Yeah, I believe he's doing community theater now. Armor Ant says, if I got the golden ticket, I would sell it for $100,000. Okay, yeah, you're right. New York Carl says we've been getting off. Yeah, we're getting off, and we need to get back on the track here. We've got other things that we need to discuss. Let's see another picture here. Phaedrus, and thank you very much, Maui Girl, for sharing that picture from our childhood. Oh, Phaedrus sends a very sad picture. This is a dead tarantula. Very sad to see this. Okay, I have an internet problem, so I'm going to go ahead and try to fix it. Just give me a second. I'm going to have to cut to a video or something.
Just going to put our nuts on top of our balls. Most important thing is you want to
take this nasty shit with you.
Where'd it go? I don't understand where my food went. Where the fuck did it go? I don't get it.
Okay, I realized this wasn't working. Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
So leave the party hats behind, 'cause it's nobody's birthday but mine. There'll be no balloon animals, no Chuck E. Cheese, no animatronics singing dogs. There'll be none of this for me. And don't give me any fucking birthday cards. I don't need your sympathy. The Hallmark stores are all closed and shit. There'll be none of this for me.
Hey, could I get just a beer, light beer? Yeah. That's great. Thank you.
She must have been pretty special, huh?
Huh? Oh yeah. She was pretty special. But I let her slip through my fingers, just like I've let everything else slip through my fingers, I guess. Hey, do you have a cigarette?
My friend Cecily does. She's out on the patio.
Okay, thanks. Can I leave that there?
Yeah, you're good.
Thanks. Hey, do you have a cigarette?
Oh, hey, man, did you buy her?
No. I guess she must have left or something. But,
You know, I wanted to ask you. You look familiar. You don't. Do you do cooking videos?
I do. Yeah, Henry from Henry's Kitchen.
Yeah, I thought that was you. You
Just,
can't cook, man.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm not as good as I thought I was. But
Yeah, but you know what? There's a song in there. It's to help me make it through the night.
oh yeah.
Absolutely love that song. Do you know who wrote it?
Well, I actually don't tell a lot of people this, but I actually wrote it.
You wrote that song?
I did.
That's you? Seriously?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that song.
Oh, cool, man. Oh, thank you.
Sorry, guys. I don't want you to think I'm eavesdropping or anything. But are you talking about "Help Me" by Jose Suicidio?
Yeah, dude, that's the guy.
That's you? You wrote that?
Yeah.
You wrote that song?
I did. Yeah, I write songs.
That song changed my life. It inspired me to get like semi-sober, and it also inspired me to like leave my wife and stuff.
Wow.
It's that just the help me make it through the night.
Is
that "Help Me" by Jose Suicidio?
Yeah, this guy wrote it.
You wrote that?
I did. Yeah.
We played that song at my father's funeral.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful.
It's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, I mean, I just kind of
You guys talking about "Help Me" by Jose Suicidio?
Yeah.
He wrote it. That's his song.
You wrote that song?
I did. Yeah, I did.
We love that song.
Oh wow,
We're
fantastic.
huge fans. I lost my virginity to that song.
Oh wow, that's pretty incredible.
Hey man, you look familiar. Do I know you? Or?
Yeah. You actually threw a fish at me at your barbecue.
Oh, sorry about that, man. If I knew you wrote that song, I never would have thrown that fish.
Oh,
you know?
that's nice. No, thank you. Thanks
Hey.
so much. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Henry Suicidio.
No. It's Henry Phillips, actually.
We love that song.
Oh, well, thank you very
It helped
much.
me through my liver transplant.
Oh, that's
Help
nice.
me make it through the night. 'cause I am tired and alone.
Holy crap, did you write that song?
Oh, I wrote that song, yeah.
Oh my god, honey, you wrote that song!
Oh, well,
I
thank
love
you.
that song.
I don't
Appreciate it
like
so
myself.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, yeah.
What is happening? What's going on?
The song that we play at the end of the night, like all the time.
Yeah, shut up.
Seriously,
Which
right
one?
here.
This guy?
Yeah.
Shut up! Shut up!
I don't like myself.
Excuse me. Hi. How are you? I'm
Hi.
Kevin Robbins, president of
yeah,
Island Records. I have an
yeah,
offer
cool.
for you.
Oh, really?
How would you like to write some music for Justin Bieber?
Oh, yeah.
I love your
that
music, and
sounds
everyone
great.
seems to like it, even though I don't understand it. You know, I think it'd be great.
Oh, that's great.
What do you
Well,
think?
let's do it.
We got a record deal.
Some of the details of that are apocryphal. For one thing, I did shamelessly take credit for Jose Suicidio's song, and I don't feel good about that. But a lot of that episode was with the intention of ending the series because I was very busy working on my music and cooking was a distraction. But I didn't realize that cooking was really my true calling at the time. So I decided to make more. Tailwagger says, that's a story more wholesome than wonder. Yeah. And Bradford Bartow says, the great Cecily Nobler. Yeah, she was fantastic. Wade, Mark Cohen, Lynn Shockroft, Brendan Walsh, Melissa McQueen, Brian Hennigan, Matt Capiello, my friend Todd, the bartender in that video, sadly is no longer with us. We were good pals, and it was great. We did that thing early in the morning, and I had all my friends show up, and we all, as you can tell, people were drinking a lot. The Jim Dodger, and real drinking, not just like fake Hollywood drinking. The Jim Dodger says, Henry, did it hurt taking a football straight in the face? You were so committed. Yeah, it did hurt a lot, as you would expect. Angry Penguin says he's hiding the Fountain of Youth somewhere in that kitchen. Yeah, that's true. That was 15 years ago. Can you believe it? Okay. Let's get back on track. So Phaedrus sent us this picture here of a tarantula that was killed by a tarantula wasp, if I'm reading the caption correctly. Very sad. So this is already a dead tarantula here that we're looking at. Armor Ant says it's better than getting hit in the face with a stake. Interesting. Okay, I wouldn't have expected that. I would think getting shot in the face with a stake would hurt. But I didn't know if somebody just threw it, because it's not pointy like a football. But it sounds also like you got hit in the face with a stake. I think that's the real story. Burying the proverbial lead. Okay. Let's see how we're doing on the pics here. Nancy Droodles sends us this picture. Club rules. No smoking, shouting, spitting, cutting glasses, credit, IOU, bargaining, no gambling. Wow, you really can't do anything. Not even sexual discrimination? What if it's indiscriminate? No flirting with cashier, no foreign currency, no sleeping in the toilet. Is that a thing where people sleep in the toilets? Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says no fun. Yeah, they might as well just say no fun of any kind. Beanie Bobini says Nancy and I would have been kicked out of here last weekend. Yeah, what's next? Well, thanks for sending these club rules. And Parasitosis gives us this is Matsushima Bay. What an awesome thing. So now where are you, Parasitosis, in this? Are you on a boat? Please tell me you're on a boat out on that lake or river or bay or whatever it is. This is beautiful. These pictures from Japan just make me really want to go there. Oh, Parasitosis, you were in a boat. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. Was it a little like a kayak or something like that? Or was it a rowboat? Angry Penguin says they're on a boat right now. That's awesome. Borsenvin used to watch from a boat. I hope Borsenvin's okay. He did a lot of sailing, which is dangerous. Purple Donut Filling is Fruit says that looks like the rock I saw in Maine. Okay. Let's well, thanks Parasitosis for sending, and keep these pics from the trip coming. These are beautiful. Beanie Bo Beanie, we did share this one already. This is Chirac. Very nice. And then what else do we got here? Oh, I think we're just about done with the pics already. This is Unsuccessfully Coping. Gives us this is some kind of a mural. It's very nice, and I got to meet Unsuccessfully Coping in Chicago on Sunday night, and we talked about the ramekin that she gifted to me, and it was really awesome. Parasitosis says Matsushima Bay was so gorgeous. It was a boat that fit like 40 or so people. Wow, that sounds awesome. It sounds amazing. I really want to go there someday. All right, because Unsuccessfully Coping sent a picture, why don't we do a song that Unsuccessfully Coping requested here? But I got to turn on the reverb. Wait, that didn't do it. Why isn't that doing it? Check 1, 2. Okay, I don't know why it didn't do it. But, Unsuccessfully Coping wanted to hear a song from Paul Simon. I don't have as high as a voice as his, but we're going to try it. It's called 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. And my thumb hurts, so we're going to do the best that we can here, but the thumb really hurts. There was a mental exercise I remember reading about when I was a teenager, and it was about dealing with pain and how you're supposed to separate yourself, your ego or whatever, your physical manifestation from your inherent soul or whatever it is. So, for example, if you want to endure pain, you have to step outside of the body that feels the pain. And one of the ways to do that is to refer to your body in the third person. For example, instead of saying my thumb hurts, you would separate it and say this thumb hurts. This thumb that is something separate from me, so I don't hurt. The thumb hurts. But that's, so if you hear me say the thumb hurts, this thumb right here fucking really hurts, it's because I'm not the thumb, and that's how you deal with it. It's been a long time since I read that book. I think it was Deepak Chopra, who I think went to Epstein Island. I think we know that now. That's why we're not hearing much from him. Maybe he's like, no, someone else went to Epstein Island. I don't know. Nancy Drudel says, I'm not the Eggman. Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to summarize it. Okay. We don't talk about that, says Angry Penguin. Yeah, well, Deepak Chopra definitely doesn't want to talk about it. Maui Girl says, hope your thumb gets better soon. Thanks. I think it will. I looked it up, and it says that if it covers less than 25% of your thumb, then you will live, but it will be debilitating for many years. Shardy Fardum Official says, "Gat damn." Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. It's time for us to do this song. So 50 ways to leave your lover. I imagine he's going to list 50 ways to do this, so we'll find out here. Oh boy, this is going to be tough.
The problem is all inside your head, she said to me. The answer's easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude. Furthermore, I hope meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself at the risk of sounding crude. There might be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover.
And then I think he's going to list them here. Just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. No need to be coy, Roy. You just set yourself free. So that's 3, maybe 4. Hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, Lee. Who's Lee? And get yourself free. Well, he only named 6 there, so I imagine there's going to be 44 more. Let's see.
She said it grieves me so to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to make you smile again.
He puts a couple too many syllables in there.
I said I appreciate that, and would you please explain about the 50 ways? She said, why don't we both just sleep on it tonight? And I believe that in the morning you'll see the light. Then she kissed me and I realized she's probably right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. Just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan.
These are the same ones. No need to be coy, Roy. And get yourself free. Hop on the bus, Gus.
Don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, Lee. Who's Lee? And set yourself free.
Just slip on the back, Jack. Hold on a second. Oh, here's a new one. Just make a new plan, Stan. Oh no, we already did the plan. There's only 6 ways in this song. It says 50 ways to leave your lover, and it only mentions 6. There's stay on the bus, Gus, and they're not even really good ways. Maui Girl 45 says, I actually left my toxic narcissist ex who lives in a $1 million home to go live in a rusty vintage school bus. Well, that's what you did. You took the Gus approach, and you got on the bus, Gus. No need to discuss much. Actually, no need to discuss much is not a way. So there's really only 5 ways. Maybe he means there's 5 ways to leave your lover, and they all rhyme with the guy's name. Anyway, it's a wonderful song. Thanks so much, Unsuccessfully Coping, for suggesting it. Stuart2199 says, bus transit is actually a great and often overlooked suggestion for many urban commute needs. Yeah, I completely agree, and also it's a great way to leave your lover, apparently. According to Maui Girl, she took the advice that was really meant for Gus. Guitar Joe says, anyone else hear the warping in the audio? There's warping? I hope not. I really hope you're not hearing that, because that would mean either you are in some kind of wind tunnel, or maybe you are sedated and it's causing that kind of warping sound. But I don't hear it. But then I wouldn't hear it because I'm not hearing the broadcast of the audio. Anyway, let's go ahead and do another song. I was hoping there was a name that rhymed with song. Fitch and Hat says, on a bus I once saw a woman have an argument with a can of Diet Pepsi. That's the kind of thing you do see on the bus a lot. On the bus, Gus. I'm going to pull up this picture that Beanie Bobini gave us. The bus, wait, why am I, do you hear me? Hello? Hello? Do you hear me? Do you see me? Because I'm getting weirdness on my end. Audio's good and visual is okay. For some reason, I don't see myself moving on the screen. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3, check. Checking the mic. Okay, what? My monitor stopped working for some reason. It's driving me nuts. Oh, I hate this. I hate the technical problems. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, I can smell you. We hear you, we don't see you. You don't see me right now? Video frozen, yeah. How is the video frozen? All right, I'm going to try to work on the video. So many technical problems today. Why with the technical problems? Why do we have this? This sucks. Okay, this is working though, right? So we've got that. Now I'm a black square. I don't know why the video just totally crapped out. Let me see if I can fix it from my end here. This just blows. Maui Girl says it's okay. It's not okay, not to me. I try to deliver a professional show. This is jacked. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get this. Hey, I'm there? Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Wait, Nancy Drudel says, see you Earthlings later. I've got a UFO to catch. No, don't leave us. We're here. We're back. We were talking about the bus. There was a lady on the bus one time who was having a very heated argument about whether pedestrians were able to cross in an area that wasn't the crosswalk. And she said that it is legal. And she said it's legal. You need to look way deep in the penile code. She said penile code instead of penal code. And as soon as somebody says the penile code, you just need to walk away. Like you're not having a conversation with somebody who says the penile code. That's just a little memory that I have. Okay, Money Curse says, better than ever. Yeah. All right, well, let's do another song, shall we? Let's see what else we got here. We did that, yeah, so we have this image. All right, so this is a song, this is a beautiful song by the late Neil Sedaka. Dazzlecat says, I don't want to hear about that shit. Yeah, there is a longer story. It's here on Twitch somewhere if you go back, but I'll explain it a little bit. I was on the bus and there was a guy who was talking to nobody. He had an empty chair, empty seat next to him, but he kept on going, I don't want to hear about that shit. No, I don't want to hear about that shit. No, I don't want to hear about that shit. And he kept saying it. And I felt bad for him because people thought he was crazy. And so I just kind of went and sat in that seat. And I started saying, I think you should hear about this shit. And he's like, no, I don't want to hear about that shit. And I was like, no, you should totally hear about this shit. And he goes, no, I don't want to hear. So now it looks like two people just having a regular conversation on the bus, as opposed to originally people thought he was crazy. And I think I helped him. And I think that's what you have to do when you see these people out there struggling. You got to help them. And, okay. Dazzlecat says, Lurkbo and I quote this story all the time. That's awesome to hear. It was so great to see you and Lurkbo in Chicago and Game Master Flash. Okay, what's going on? I just heard a noise. Okay, we've got food to make here too, but I'm going to go ahead and go through this next song here. For the late Neil Sedaka, this song was requested to us by Phaedrus. I'm going to find the right background for it. We need something cheery. What would be a good one for this? We don't have a lot of cheery ones. Let's do this one that It's Kate gave us. That looks like I'm performing in a big venue while another band is on stage. Okay, this song here is requested to us by Phaedrus, the late Neil Sedaka. How do we do this? Let's get into major pentatonic for this one. Strolling along country roads with my baby, it starts to rain and begins to pour. Without an umbrella, we're soaked to the skin. I feel a shiver run up my spine. I feel the warmth of her hand in mine. Ooh, I feel laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love. Ooh, I love a rainy day, happy the way I feel inside. My thumb hurts. After a while we run under a tree. You know what this is? This is what this song is. It's somebody pitching an idea for a karaoke video. Listen to the lyrics now, knowing that this is describing a karaoke video. The video that shows while you're doing karaoke. After a while we run under a tree. I turn to her and she kisses me. There with the beat of the rain on the leaves, softly she breathes and I close my eyes, sharing our love under the stormy skies. Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love. Ooh, how I love the rainy days, happy the way I feel inside. Feel the warmth in her hand in mine. My thumb hurts. Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love. Ooh, how I love the rainy days and happy way I feel inside. R.I.P. the great Neil Sedaka. Mystic Sorcha says they make a pick for a reason. You're absolutely right. I could have used the pick, but I was in the middle of the song when I remembered, and it would have been very unprofessional for me to stop mid-song and grab a thumb pick or a flat pick. And it still would have kind of hurt because it'd be pinching. But you know what? We don't do unprofessional things here at Henry's Kitchen. Maui Girl 45 says the warmth of her hand on my thumb. Yeah, what a beautiful lyric when you really think about it. The warmth of her fist wrapped tightly around my thumb. Money Curse, I like when lyrics are mostly stage direction for karaoke videos. Yeah, and that one absolutely is. When you read it like that, that's really exactly what it is. Strolling along country roads. So this is the pitch. Okay, guys, here's what the video will be. Strolling along country roads with my baby. It starts to rain. It begins to pour. Without an umbrella, we're soaked to the skin, and I feel a shiver run up my spine, and I feel the warmth of her fist around my thumb. And then I can hear laughter in the rain. Okay, everybody. Dustin Peace 44 says, nice stash, Mr. Henry. Thank you very much. I picked it up in Chicago. I'm not sure how long. Computer, how long after a trip to Chicago does a mustache last?
From McSweeney's.net. In 20 minutes, the mustache was gone.
Well, it's been a lot more than 20 minutes for me, so I think she's full of shit. Digitized used that lyric as an AI prompt. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you could just really just use those lyrics as an AI prompt, pretty much. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, I think it's time. It's time to do the work. It's what we come here to do. Dark Ages says, oh no, Henry, something's wrong. You've had it for way longer than 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Saguaro Ooze says that she's gaslighting me again. She sure is. Computer, how many ways are there to leave your lover?
There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. Just slip out the back, Jack.
That's literally just one way. And it's not even really a way. Mystic Sorcha says might need to get that checked out. Yeah, this mustache thing. I don't know. It's been a lot longer than 20 minutes. Unsuccessfully coping. Yeah, you missed me doing the song. You're gonna have to watch it on the VD. It's not just that song, but we also did the one that you requested. Oh yeah, that's the one you're talking about. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Yeah, thanks for requesting it. We shouted you out. I mentioned how it was nice to meet you and all this stuff. You know, guys, if you're gonna be late to the lessons, that's okay. I understand things happen. But just please try to catch up on the DVD if possible. Beanie Bo Beanie says the VD. Yeah, I misspoke. I accidentally said the VD. I meant the DVD. You have to understand I'm older, so a lot of these terms are sort of new to me. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, what happens to a mustache after you die? Whoa. I didn't think about that, but I guess it would probably start dissolving. And I think that's the only way to truly get rid of it. Money Curse says, but there must be 50 ways. There are at least 6. Yeah, we know that there are 6. Okay, let's check in with our alerts. We haven't checked in with the alerts in a long time here. What Da Duck has subscribed for 44 months. Thanks, What Da Duck. Chuck Logan says, all mustaches go to heaven. That was a Disney movie, I think. Hey, Henry, I'm a paper cut survivor, too. Oh, it sucks. I just watched your streams every week and forcing every night until I got better. Forcing. Wait, did I do one extra? No, that's right. 7 forcins. Okay, thank you, What Da Duck. Thank you very much for that message. I was with you, and then I kind of, you lost me a little bit at the end. But but I appreciate that you also are a paper cut survivor. Thank you very much for subscribing. If anybody's wondering, we have 284 subscribers, and I think that's anything near 300 would be good. JSBX fan says, I have bananas, so maybe I can make what you're making today. Oh, absolutely. Let's do it. Okay, so let's take a look at our picture here of theirs. Oh, you know what? I don't even think I need it. That's not it. That's a chicken wing. This is called a copycat recipe. I have here something called Gone Bananas from Trader Joe's. And they're delicious chocolate-covered bananas. And it's a frozen treat. Environ says, hey, Henry, I'm making some enchiladas. You're welcome to one or maybe two. Oh, I really wish we were making enchiladas. That sounds delicious. But we're not. Okay, so we're going to leave these here as a reference, and I might actually eat these also. But let's go ahead and do this. And I realize that the internet sucks right now. I don't know what to do about it. It looks like it's going to be a problem all day. And it has to do with the wind, the weather, the heat. It also is just the general degradation of institutions. Sort of a breaking down of everything that we built up over the last 100 years. Digitize says the internet has sucked for a long time. Yeah, it sucks. Can you see me? What's it like right now? Is it poor? I mean, I don't know what I can do about this. If we can't see you, we can focus on the art instead. Okay, well that's good to know. I slap cat butts. Okay, I think it's back. All right. I'm sorry, everybody. Money Curse says Reeve Orbison. Is that like, I know there was Roy Orbison. Is Reeve his brother or something? Reeve Orbison. Reverb is on. The reverb is on. Oh, I see what you're saying. You were giving me a code there. Let me turn that off for sure. Check. Checking the mic 1, 2. Okay. All right. I'm going to close some of these other windows. Stream. Okay, I think we're okay now. Ready, rock steady. Why do your videos always make me laugh? I don't know. I think it's because I have this tendency to fail in front of people, and people find that amusing, and that's okay. Eclipse Producer says, yo, hey, Eclipse Producer. Okay, let's go ahead and do this now. I think it's this website that keeps messing everything up. All right, so let's start by reading the intro here. This comes to us from Clean Food Crush. I'm a hungry mom, and it's tough sometimes to find the right recipe to feed my angry kids. This one has just 3 ingredients to make delicious homemade frozen treats this afternoon. I like to use the highest cacao percentage chocolate chips that I can find. Let's see what these cacaos are. I don't know what she's talking about. Where do you find the cacao percent? Literally doesn't say that anywhere. Okay, let's just skip all this stuff. The three ingredients that you need are 1 banana, and then you also need the chocolate chips. Just get any kind. It asks for coconut milk. I don't have coconut milk, so I've got these. Oh, Parasitosis says semi-sweets are like 50%. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Semi means half. Okay. So we're going to line a parchment with a sheet of paper. Or a sheet with a parchment paper. Okay. And now it next wants us to... how do I scroll all the way down to the recipe? There's so much extra stuff. Okay, peel and slice your banana into one thick piece. Or 1 inch thick. Does it say to peel the banana? I don't know if it's saying that. But I assume so. But it should definitely say that. So we're going to want a very sharp knife for this. I'm going to use something called an umu. This is going to do the trick. Okay, so we sliced our bananas into 1 inch thick pieces. Now we're going to place your banana slice onto your prepared baking sheet and freeze until very firm, about 2 hours. Well, we don't have 2 hours, but we're going to freeze. It's going to freeze way before that. 2 hours, what are they talking about? Unsuccessfully coping says the stingy parts have extra potassium. I don't want any stingy parts in there. This is a problem. It's impossible. Okay, we got a situation already. Why does it have to be on the pan? I'm just gonna go like this. Those are gonna freeze. I don't know why we put it on a pan. Okay. Once the bananas are frozen solid, I'm not waiting 2 hours to... They're already in a solid form. We're going to melt the chocolate chips and coconut oil. Again, I thought it was coconut milk. Oh, it's coconut oil. I'm just going to put milk. Sorry, everybody. We're going to have to do a little improvisation here. Let's go with... Oh, I got 2 pieces here. Let's put these away. Melt your chocolate chips. That'll be these. And the coconut oil. I think we're just going to use all of these. We're going to do milk. What's the expiration here? February 28. Computer, what's the date?
Today is Sunday, March 8th. If you'd like, I can get your day started with motivational quotes and more. Would you like to enable this routine?
No.
No problem.
Oh, Doctor Who HQ says I should have used olive oil. Okay, I'm going to put some olive oil in there, I guess. I do have some olive oil. I think they just want some type of liquid fluid type thing. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on. Let's plug it in. It says here Melt the chocolate chips and the oil together in a double boiler, stirring constantly. Double boiler. Computer, what's a double boiler?
A double boiler is a kitchen tool with two nested pots that allow gentle, indirect heating. It's perfect for melting chocolate or preparing delicate sauces without direct heat.
Well, we don't have that. So I guess we're just going to melt them the regular way. Unsuccessfully coping says, don't let that chocolate seize up. What does that mean? Money Curse says, a boiler so nice it can boil twice. Holy Crap Awesome says, I went to Trader Joe's today. I was disappointed by the selection of Easter bullshit. Yeah, chocolate and bunnies and all that kind of shit. Nancy Drudel says, put a larger pot under the smaller pot. That seems so weird to me. But I guess I can put my green pan underneath this if you want. Is this smart, what I just did here? Barons14 says, better be safe and triple boil it. I don't know how many pots I can just do like that. But anyway, let's jump ahead here. Digitize says, you just saved $400. Oh, on not buying a double boiler? Is that the going rate for a double boiler? Franz Schubert says, is this another expensive recipe? I think Ghirardelli's chocolate is at least $40. Yeah, but you don't have to use the whole thing. You only use a quarter of it, so that would be... Computer, what's 1/4 of $40?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, that's some tough math there, but you can figure it out. Beanie Bobini says, goodbye, Henry, and use... Whoa! Everything okay, Beanie Bobini? I hope we didn't say anything to offend. Maybe you just have other work to do, because you are the intern here, which means that you work without getting paid. So I understand if you have to leave. Thanks, Beanie Bobini, and it was great hanging out with you in Chicago. I hope you're having a good time in Chirac. Devolved One says, seems like cold water could go in the outer pan. Really? Okay, Beanie Bobini says, going to work for money. Yep, that's the better way to do it. Okay, Angry Penguin says, have a day at your job, at your paying job. Yes. Are you saying yes, water and pan? Ugh. Alright, cold water too, huh? This seems unnecessary to me. I'm using Shouting Tom's coffee mug for this, by the way. Maybe it'll be coffee flavored water. Okay, so I'll show you what I got. I've got cold water in the bottom pan. And I've got it on a high heat. And I think we're kind of in business, but it says stir constantly. Oh yeah, that's already getting melty there. This is, I guess this would be called milk chocolate, because we're going to have milk in there as well. I think in the meantime, while we're waiting, I'm going to have one of these. So let's take a look at what we're making here. This is what we're making. This is the professional version of it. So I imagine what they're going to do, we've got a frozen banana working, and then we've got our chocolate here that we're going to cover it up with. Let me see what theirs tastes like. Pretty good. That was a great tip about the olive oil in here. And I would have never thought about it. We want this to be all smooth and creamy chocolate. It's starting to look a little more like a regular chocolate. I am not a chocolatier, and I'm not even a confectioner, but apparently those two jobs are very different. And they always say never ever mistake one for the other. If you're at a cocktail party with a bunch of culinary people and you're talking to a confectioner and you accidentally refer to them, introduce them as a chocolatier, you're gonna get what we used to call a knuckle sandwich. It's Kate X says, is Grandpa Joe in the chat to make the chocolate, to check the chocolate? No, I guess he would probably just steal the chocolate, that son of a bitch. The top manager, it looks very professional, thou. Thank thou. Thank you for thy compliment. Unsuccessfully coping says Grandpa Joe is too busy faking his illness again. Wow. I didn't even know about all these scandals. Okay, I think this is ready. So now it says that we want to remove the bananas from the freezer. So the French pronunciation is banana. The banana. Computer, how do you say banana in French?
Banana in French is banane.
Banan. They don't do the final na. I Slap Catbutt says, why was Willy Wonka then? He made confections and what was he? And was a leader in chocolate science. Well, that was a fiction. So maybe the author didn't really do their research. Franz Schubert says, do you think a chocolatier is more dangerous than a vegan? I think both of them are neither of them are dangerous unless you encounter them when they're near their young, because then they go into something called a fight or flight mode, which you don't want to be around for that. Guitar Joe says, separate the bottom of the inner pot from the lower pan with some plain old high temp ceramic beads or several fused quartz rods. No, I don't want to do all that shit. Okay, once bananas are frozen, okay, we're going to remove these from the freezer. Now, using a fork, sharp knife, or tongs, very carefully we're going to dip each banana into the melted chocolate until evenly coated. And we're going to let it drip back in the bowl. And we're going to put these on the sheet pan. I see. So this is why they needed the sheet pan. Okay. So we're going to have two sections here. These are going to be the unprocessed ones over here. And then we're going to process them. So let's use, I'm going to use tongs. Where's my tongs? These are some tongs that were gifted to us by the users. These are awesome tongs. Every now and then I hit that stupid thumb injury of mine and it sucks. Alright, so we're going to dip our chocolate in here. Flip. So we're basically dip and flip. We're going to use the dip and flip method until it's coated. And then we're going to place this here. I think I'm doing this correctly. I know that you guys have questions, and I want to get to those questions. But you have to understand that I'm kind of... I have to really focus on this. I don't want to fuck this up. But I do wonder if there's some alerts that we need to read out. Franz Schubert, thank you so much for subscribing at the Tier 1 level for 46 months. It's Kate says, these bananas have to be fucking delish surely. I hope they are. And also, when you set them down on your pan, your shit pan, you want to give them space around them. I'm going to turn the heat down here because it's freaking me out. You want to make sure they have space around them to breathe. Okay, if you were putting a bunch of animals in a cage to be eaten, you're not going to want to stuff them all in there without having room around them to breathe. I mean, I guess that is actually what they do, and it's very controversial, but we don't have to do it here at Henry's Kitchen. Okay. We're almost there, and I'm going to say right now, this chocolate does not smell delicious. And I think it might be because of the olive oil. It smells kind of wrong. Sort of savory. I wonder if the coconut milk would have been sweeter. Grizz the Platman says, I missed how long we bake these for. I don't think we bake them. I think we just coat. But I'll tell you one thing right now. I'm really annoyed with this process, and I'm kind of wondering... I'm just going to put a whole bunch of them in there at the same time. Like, why don't we just buy them? Because I'm sure that they have complicated machinery and stuff to do this with. This is a much smarter thing that I'm doing right now. Just getting them all coated. I wish I had a little bit more banan. We're almost there, guys. Almost to the finish line. Very, very smart of you guys to show me how to make a double boiler. That was really good. I've turned off our double boiler, and I'm going to take this very hot thing and I'm going to put it here. Okay. Hot dog is a verb says, I bet you could boil like noodles or eggs or marbles or something in that water while you're double boiling to save time. You know what? That's a good idea. You do want to always think about efficiency. And we did a lesson on that. Mystic Sorcha says, how much do you want to bet that the chocolate seized? What does that mean? Computer, what does it mean to seize your chocolate?
Seizing isn't a term used for chocolate. If you're referring to chocolate hardening, it means the cocoa butter solidifies, giving chocolate its smooth texture. For more details, visit alexa.com.
So that's good. Okay, allow any excess chocolate to drip back into the bowl. We did that. Return your chocolate banana slices back onto their shit pan. The chocolate should set almost immediately. Since the banana slices are frozen, set your chocolate-covered bananas back into the freezer for 20 minutes to ensure they are completely frozen solid. Okay, we can do that. Let's do that. So, again, I can't fit this sheet pan into the fridge, but if I fold it up this way, I can. Okay. Shardy Fartum Official says that user is just praying no enemy sees your chocolate. Yeah, I don't want anybody to see my chocolate. Angry Penguin asks, can I dip and flip simultaneously? Yes, if you have multiple tongs, you can. Angry Penguin says the chocolate has a temper now. We're going to have to put it in its place. Okay, so I want to play a game here. This is another game composed by our resident game maker, Mr. Mark Cohen, that you saw in the video earlier. How do we do this here? We played a little bit of this game the other day, and it was a complete hit. It was a real hit. What it is you're a comedian at a comedy club, and this looks actually remarkably like Zany's Comedy Club that I was just in Chicago. It looks very similar. It's got the stage, it's got the people laughing and all that stuff. So what we're going to do here is the comedian has to match a premise that's in the minds of the audience. That's what's happening. Digitize says, is it an underwater comedy club? Yeah, it does look like they're kind of submerged in about 4 feet of water. Unsuccessfully coping. Yeah, it looks like Zany's. Looks exactly the same. We should have just put Zany's in the back. JSBX fan says, I remember the toilet sign behind you at Zany's. No, it's above me. It's a thought bubble. So here, I'm going to refresh this and watch very closely. I'm going to be given what the audience is thinking, but only for a second, and then I have to remember it, and then I have to match it up. So everybody just kind of shut up for a second, and let's concentrate. Here we go. It's going to do it in a second. We're just waiting, but as soon as it comes on, that's how you restart the game. Any minute now. Okay, I'm ready. Hey, the Chunks just resubscribed for 27 months. Awesome. The Chunks, did I ask you, by the way, aren't you in Vancouver? Because it would be really great to get a venue or a whole tour of the American Northeast region, or the American continent. That would be cool. The North American, I guess, continent is what I should have said. Okay, come on. This is taking a long time here. Don't you hate it when the status bar... Okay, here we go. Toilet.
Go buy some jokes.
There it was.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm killing it.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm killing it. What? Guys, I just got 9 jokes, percentage 88%. Wow, we did really well on that. Okay, let's do another one. You know, the important thing is you have to really focus during that moment. How do I play it again? I think I just have to refresh it. Here we go. This is the most fun part. Armor Ant says, I guess I need to cook more of Henry's recipes to improve my memory. Great work, Henry. Yeah, thanks. That worked out really well. I Slap Cat Butt says, is that Michael Richards on stage? Yeah, I think that was sort of the theme. Okay, let's see how we do. We got to beat 80%, but I don't know if you can do much better than that. We want 100%. Shardy Fardum says, got compile shaders every time. Jack Dostal, are we waiting for got it? The Chunks, I am, and I know all of the best spots within a 100-meter radius of my house. I'd be delighted to show you around. I even know a spot where there's a dog sometimes. Wow. Okay. I was thinking specific. Okay, hold on.
That sucks. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. You stink. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Boring. Next. Holy shit.
Didn't do quite as well. 60%. Yeah, low energy heckler. Yeah, it sounds like he didn't really put a lot into the energy of the heckler. Did I use the cheat code? I didn't know there was one. Okay, we're gonna do one more game here. Then we're gonna do the thank you song, and then we're gonna check out our Go Bananas or Gone Bananas stuff. We're getting there. Angry Penguin says, geez, this is the part where they throw tomatoes at me. Yeah, that was a common thing. It must have been more in the 80s where comedians would have tomatoes thrown at them. Now, probably the worst thing I've ever had thrown at me was a chair. Armor Ant, no talking again. Chat. Yeah. Everybody calm down for a second. Just settle down. We really need to concentrate. I'll just let you know my strategy here. I know I'm not going to memorize all 9 of them, so I pick 5 of them, and I try to memorize those 5. So here we go. I'm going to do this now. Remember that.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh my god, you guys. I got 100%. All right, we mastered the game. I just got 100% on the game. You can see the URL there. I'll see if Mark can do a high scoreboard. But I literally just got 100%, and you saw it. Pretty awesome. Thank you, Mark, for making fun games for us to kill a little time while we're waiting for our stuff to cook. Unsuccessfully Coping says, is there anything you're bad at? Is there anything I'm bad at? Yeah, I would say I'm bad at failing. All right, I'm feeling a little too cocky here. Armor Ant says, you must be a comedian when you're not cooking because nothing in the kitchen is funny. You're right. How could anybody ever laugh at the type of horror that happens in the kitchen? Cuts, but like, not like giant slashes like in a horror movie, but like small cuts that are more like torture devices that are probably illegal according to the Geneva Convention or whatever. You know, where you'd slice your thumbnail on like a cheese grater or whatever. Those are worse, I think, than just getting hacked up to bits. JSBX fan wants to know if I've gotten any seasoning on the apron. Nope. Not yet. We haven't really done some hardcore cooking here. Devolved One says, oh my god, never use a mandolin slicer. That's pure horror. That's what I have, and that thing is terrifying. Okay, everybody, we're going to go ahead and do our song. This is a song to commemorate all of the users who helped make this show possible. I'm going to turn on the reverb. How do we do this now? Checking the mic, 1, 2, 2. Help. Armor Ant says a seasoned cooking veteran doesn't need seasoning on his apron. You're absolutely right. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Let's do this one in the regular key. We're going to use the Paul Simon song that Unsuccessfully Coping missed but requested. And we're going to use it to say thank you to all of you, the users, the Tier 3 subscribers, the moderators, the folks that run the Discord, the big name streamers who share their audience with us, and all these people. We're going to go ahead and do that now. So... Fucking dingle bop dumb beef hot bear 1110. Do dingle dog goggle Dr. Phalanges and Baku. Shane yes Beelzebub Mochis Nirvana it's Kate Kairosa Bumble Vision and the LGS. Chef Reactions Husky Boyle Bill Larkin Music The Toilie Nim Moon Moon Elmaru Orca Mind S Fan and Bonnie Dazzle Cat, Blurry Little Quest, and Borson Vanilla, Parasitosis. And don't forget Quanto and Beanie Bo Beanie. Quanto and Beanie Bo Beanie. Embry 225, Yarkasm Nico Tazo, Michael Buble 4422, Potato Cat Breeder Passion Error, Minho Shin 64, Midnight Faded X-Men, Acid Tis, Poor Boy 789. Dazzle Cat, Zodbane, and Toke My Nuts, Saguaro Ooh, Burrito 5555, Dinosaur JV's Tag, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Hen Lips 1, Caitlin's Kitchen, D's Nuts, Game Master Flash, Mimsy Coon, and the Cat Food Taste Tester. The Chironex, Slow Chase, Nirvana, Red Hot, Hibachi, Ransom GR, Aciditis, Michelle, Happy, Lacey T, Purple Donut, Filling His Fruit, Tankard, and Borson, Vin, and Zodiac Tone, Gary Busey, ASMR, Lurk Bull, Shandis, Nova, Glarian, Mr. Gooseberry, VT, and don't forget Quanto. There you go. All right. Well, I think it's that time, you guys. I think it's time for us. I mean, we've made a big mess here. I'll show you what a big fucking mess that we've made here. In case anybody's wondering. We just made a bunch of crap. So now it's time to take our Gone Bananas homemade Copycat style. Grab a plate. And let's see what we've got to work with here. Okay. This is going to be time consuming, but I want each of these to have their own space around them. I'll be honest with you, I would have thought that the chocolate would have been a little more frozen around it or something. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to intersperse the real ones among our Copycat ones. That way when we're serving them, it'll just make it look a little bit more authentic. Thought I had 4 of them. See, look at that. I did such a good job that you really can't tell which ones are the real ones and which ones are the copycat, right? It's pretty difficult. Armorant says, I can't tell them apart. No, I wouldn't expect you to be able to. Denderleon says, wait, which ones are yours? I'll tell you. I don't know. They're very, very close. So the ultimate test here is let's taste one and see what it tastes like. I think I'm going to take this one. Wow. Got rid of the reverb there. Wow, that was delicious. That tasted just like the real ones. My God. I'm going to try another one here. Just pick a random one. Let's try this one. Wait. That one tasted like shit. God. That was nasty. I think it was the oil. The chunk says you could make this really fancy by putting little toothpicks in them. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Iowa says try another one to be sure. Yeah, I'm going to try another one. Let's go ahead and try this one here. That was delicious. Yeah. So I'm going to put this at half and half. I'd say half of them are good, half of them are really nasty. So maybe we'll call this like a it's just okay dish. Hey, I want to thank everybody so much for joining us here on Henry's Kitchen. Every morning I wake up depressed, but I'm so addicted to coffee that I plod my weary way to the kitchen and throw some water in the chamber or put coffee in the chamber, some water in the tank or whatever, and push brew, and then I have a couple of sips of coffee, and then I say to myself, you know what, I think I probably can do this stream today. And we did it. Unsuccessfully Coping says coffee makes me a little less depressed. Same here. Same here. Nancy Droodles says in your chamber pot. Yeah, is that what it's called? The back part of the coffee maker where you put the water. Whereas the chamber pot where you put the coffee. I get mixed up. But anyway. Maui Girl, thank you too. Thank you, Gume Kande. Dude Tranquil, Need, Kalamazoo Dog, good to see you. JSBX fan, so great hanging out with you in Chicago. That was a lot of fun. Dr. Robbie MD says the coffee reactor chamber. Oh, is that what it is? Thank you. We needed a doctor to finally get someone to tell us what that thing was called. All right, everybody. Thanks, Armorant. I appreciate that. Thanks, Boner of a Lonely Fart. Ishmael says, I love my delicious brown liquid straight from the chamber pot. Yep, you're speaking my language. Okay, thanks everybody. This was a lot of fun. I hope to see you at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And meantime, let's just all try to have the greatest week that we can. I know that we all got the shit knocked out of us this morning here in America because they make us change the clocks, and it messes with your circadian rhythms. There's people running around in the streets confused with they're like chickens with their heads cut off. Nobody knows what's happening. People are naked. It's just an absolute chaotic scene here. But what happens eventually, similar to a plane with turbulence, it eventually sort of levels out, and then you get a smooth ride. And then 6 months later, you have to go calm. You have to do it all over again. All right, thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Thanks.